going to turn this louder. Thank you for that. Hello, everyone. Coyote here, or your Syrian Star Oracle, or Commander Azira Atta here. You'll find me also on TikTok, and that's part of my name as well there. I'm just starting to use TikTok. We'll see if I've got that correct. Anyway, tonight's energy radiation, you. First setting a grid around your whole body, which would encompass your auric field, the field around you, would encompass your subauric field, the skin underneath your skin, and then your hyperauric, just above your skin. So within, without, and all around. And what I used as a grid was a picture of the flower of life, which can be easily found. I'm going to see if I can bring one up very quickly for you, just so you'll have an idea. 1 second, please. So an image, whoops, of the flower. There we go. Just going to bring one of them up. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get this so you can see it. I don't know if it'll show here very well. Can you get that? Okay. I want to find it. So that's probably the best I can get it right now. Sort of get an idea. Oh, we got a cat visitor. So it's the flower of life. There's also come on, you can move, kitty. Metatron's cube. They're curious. Metatron's cube. Those are two that I would offer. I'd also offer so you make a circle, just like you'll see that flower of life is in a circle, sacred geometry. You can pick up any sacred geometry. So Metatron's cube, sacred geometry. You could look at Bashar, the channeler. He may have something as well there, or an image that you created on your own that you have thought of, or have drawn, or have seen some powerful image. Pretty clear lines, not something that's very muddled. And you want to set it as your grid, but anything that comes from your heart and intentions. I use the flower of life. And with that, the only thing I did was to say, like I saw myself in the center, just like I would send it over you, I sent it out to you all to see that down through you, up through you, diagonally, below and above, to you, and through the back of you. And you can set yourself on that grid as well when you think on this radiation as you sit in front of this radiation. I sent it also out with the intention that you could use it for in your car, in your workspace, and walking into a mall, walking into a hospital, walking into a business of choice. Could use it over a home or apartment or a grocery store, or as you're going into work where you sit, you can send it forward, this grid, and you could also be in the grid. So I sent this out for you as a protection, as a clearing, as a radiation, as an understanding of releasing and trapping and disintegrating, for example. Although I didn't say that in my meditation, I said more like enticing and trapping, dissolving, resolving any mRNAs, any kind of metals, any invisible bots, nanobots, technobots, anything that was meant to harm you in your physical field, you as a physical carbon copy unit, a human being. And I wanted to use that for a sort of extra clearing and upliftment, because some people are experiencing, still feeling unwell when they're around some folks in the fields of stores and such. Now, that being said, just want to interject that because there's been so much plasma light on the planet, it's also very likely the plasma light itself is uplifting and radiating and clearing out a lot of stuff. And also, and unfortunately, there are just people croaking off, though they may be labeled different things like, oh, it was their COVID. Oh, I hate that word. Blech. It was their COVID, or they're just labeled something else. But in some many cases, in some many thousands of cases, it's actually the growth of these nanobots and what they've done to the human cell to croak people off and enhanced current conditions they may have been through, like a cancer or a heart condition or a lung condition or some allergic reaction that they never even had because they were not on much medication, many different experiences. So this is sent as a protection. And this radiation, this energy work, you can do as well. So again, I was just giving examples. You can use a picture of, you can use, if you want, a flower you love, a very simple a picture of a rose or a daisy, a sunflower. Put it in a circle and see this image down and through you, forward, back, diagonally, just encompassing your whole energetic field. You can think of it as a 50-mile radius, a 25-mile radius, whatever you want to set. I usually set mine at like a 50-mile radius, sometimes 25. But really, energy expands further than that. It does. You can also intend exponentially forevermore. But I just sometimes in this particular radiation, just for now, to keep that energy very compact and really at its optimum strength, a 50-mile radius. That you, as you walk, as you are, just is exponentially felt. So if you're not used to doing this, it'll just take a practice. You could try it. You could say every Monday, I'm going to sit in front of this radiation. I'm going to feel this clarity, this upliftment, this clearing. For and it could be the shadow, the program of these invisible evil shadow um, nano constructs, nano images, phantoms, if you will, because then to let it be completely resolved and out of your system. So this can be shared and sent for yourself on your behalf. Now, if you want to send it to other people to protect them, you certainly could. You could let them know if it's suspect. I would send it out with the goodness of intention, and that when they are ready to feel uplifted and or their miracle, they would sense some sort of help that you've sent them. They may even call you because they've sensed, oh, I haven't called Sally in a while, meaning you or Dave or whatever your name is. So I want to send that out. Um, so that's that. And then I'm going to do a card pull on this radiation and its protection and what it means for us. Now, the overall theme of doing this suggestion of a grid and suggestion of like a protective arena, you could call it, protective bubble, you could call it. Certainly, grids as ley lines over the planet have been done and done with crystals, but you can do it however you wish. Certainly, if you see a circle and you see that flower of life image that I've suggested, you could take one of your crystals and you could also set it down, and that would be your image that you use to create. You could take another type of crystal, you could use a crystal. It's really okay, it's up to you. You are the creator of your reality. So as I'm sharing this particular energy transmission in order to help transform and uplift you, to clear you and assist you too can take on this as an acolyte. You can take this on as a student. You can take it on as your own mastery, which you are in mastery. If you are listening to me at all, you are in your own self development of mastery, of being that light. I don't say light work or light being. You are being the next step of a galactic human. You are being and remembering whom you really are and the work that you were sent here to help humanity to stay grounded, upliftment, evolving, trusting, and knowing, and creating more uncertainty And as I say this, anything I say to you, it's a remembrance for myself as well. So the two cards I picked as I wonder if that would show better now, even part of it. I don't know if I can get it to. Just would really like you to be able to see that really. So you can see it sort of. It's not the full circle. It's only like half the circle. But yeah, this is the flower of life. Maybe if this is different. Let's see if it does like that. Can you see it better this way? Not so much. Sorry about that. But if you Google flower of life, you will absolutely see it, and I'm sure many of you have seen it before. So let's just get a deck. Okay, so two cards came. Usually as a theme, I like to just pick one, but in this case, I got two. And the first one was guard and protect the sacred waters of life. Water is an invincible force, a very changeable force. It's a solid, a liquid, a gas. It's life giving. All creatures and beings need and exist with water. Anything from bugs, any kind of bugs and insects, blade of glass, reptilian, all mammals, our plants, and other beings off planet also that drink water. So water is a very life-giving. And if you know anything about Dr. Emoto and his studies, this is also a reminder of me to bless and talk to your water even every time you take a sip, to run your hands over water, to talk to your water before you take a bath or a shower, or even as you're in the bath or shower, talk to the water. Spell words in the water because you are a big percentage of liquid, of water in your body. And so water is very sacred, very life giving, very changing, very powerful. Tsunamis can destroy. The Grand Canyon in the United States here was made over time by water and the travel and the rush and the power of water. An iceberg, an icicle, if it falls in any kind of measure, can kill because it's such a solid. It can harm somebody, but it's a liquid for the most part. Also, is life giving, right? And you can cook with the water. You can take the iceberg. You can cook with water. You can float to another place on an iceberg. So it's very, very magical, powerful, and so sacred. And guard and protect the sacred waters of life, which is also in this radiation about you, the protection of you and yourself. Our unit has a lot of water in it. This is about you and your alchemy and transformation. And then the second one that came was the visualize healing. So again, this radiation is about healing. And this was the number 9. So this was, oh gosh, this is number 9. So it's is for you to step into all your special abilities and skills and to share that with the world. 10 is for completion. Also number 1, straight as an arrow, know thyself. The first, the commitment, the I'm gonna go to my numbers. That's it. 1 second. I want to pull my book out. Okay. Got the right book. I think I got the right book. I haven't had to read a number 1 in a while. Okay. Number 1. Straight like an arrow, strong and assertive, individual self-discovery, know thyself, the power within, a great start to new beginnings, right? Number 10 is completion, letting go of old energy. So this is the first day of the new year, right? And another topic I'm going to talk about is the difference of resolution versus declarations, and in a resolve, being in a resolve to declare, being in a resolve to let go. So let go of old negative patterns. They're just old negatives and patterns. You can change. You can decide. You can change that. So a great start to new beginnings. And again, both numbers, right? The 10 and the 9 come to 19, which 1 and 9 is 10 again. So this is very profound in terms of setting the stage for you. to be the master of this for you, to also step into this radiation that I created for you, but that you have the power to self adjust it and to use it at any time. So, sitting in front of this and feeling, now that you're hearing this, the image of that, the flower of life, the sending that forth for the elimination and, and dissolvement, and to destroy these invisible invaders and parasites. This is powerful for your health moving forward, and to stand in that mastery. And then you can take the flower of life again, or any other sacred image geometry, or one that you find profound and have come up with imagination and or drawn perhaps, and use that as your own grid, as a power space protection to launch your creations of protection. So you can do this. So anytime you listen to me, I want to give you some measure of, yes, you can sit in front of this radiation, feel and be uplifted and shifted and changed and cured, and you can help start to create this for yourself by calling in the powers, the invisible powers of goodness and nobility, the highest octave of archangels. You can do this by your personal intent and conviction. So I'm just going to see what the author has to say about this theme, because this is something that may trigger other things as well. And I just like to see. Oh, yes. So it's interesting. 9 and 10. I got, by shuffling and just, these cards just came up, 9 and 10. One order, one in back of the other. So 9 was go deeply into the holy well of your subconscious. You have the power to heal and regenerate. It's really good, right? With this energy field that I've shared and sent out to you. And this image, this woman is called Benedicta Veriditas, the blessed green. So the area that is the blessed green, it's like a holy place. It's about like a sacred body of water there. I'm not going to read that full background, but it also has to do with sort of this eclectic history of mysticism and spiritual lineage. So this is called the burning of the sage, the number 10 that I showed you. Address health issues with positive visualizations. Use your intuition to connect to your energy field and identify the cause of your distress. And research may be necessary to get a balanced view. So research on the flower of life, the cube of Metatron. You could also look at the 72 names of God and put that in a circle and use one of those as something that empowers you as you protect yourself, as you radiate in the radiation of protecting your own self. But in this case, I really was more focused on the flower of life. But again, it also was like a dualistic. You can do this as well. If you don't especially want to sit in front of my radiation, or when you do, you can feel the flower of life and this particular radiation working. Or as you sit for a few moments and visualize going to the place you're going to go, you can take your own grid and you can superimpose that over you from all directions and in protections, and intend your health and protection as you go into places against, the evil shadow of the invisible, the evil shadow of those who are radiated, the evil shadow of nanobots and nanotechnology that is in really a lot of places with the EMFs that are in computers and phones. You can use this to fully start to protect your own radiation field. So start with what I've given you and consider what I've been sharing with you, like that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And now I just wanted to pick a couple of cards that would also help us further in understanding this radiation of protection, in order that you will utilize this particular gift, because it's not exclusive to just me. You can use this. Now, you may not have had an experience, like even as I was prior to starting the channel tonight, I was getting a, I don't like the word download. I'm going to have to just find the synonym. I was getting these like computer encrypted downloads. I don't know what it was. It was just letters or words or sentences just down, 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 down as I was calling in the assistance or tonight's radiation of assistance for you. So perhaps this is starting to happen to you, or perhaps it has been happening to you the last 2 years. And that's what's been happening to me. So I know that this power that comes through me to send out to you absolutely works. And that I am going to be one of those people that will say, this power, this energy from the quantum field can heal you, can cure you. I'm going to be right up there with Grabavoy. And I really, really, as a conscious being, want to even know more about his symbols, which are part of the cosmos, which are also more than likely in me because they're formulas, frequencies, calibrations, and calculations, and all manner of encrypted highest octave um, energetic coded illumination for healing, for dissolvement of anything really bad or evil. It just is coming from the cosmos. So it's so many things. It's ancient, it's prophetic, it's older than old because it comes from infinite mind. That all that was and ever is, that everything and anything has come from all creation, which we think we're creating. Yes, we are. But all of this comes from that infinite mind. And as we might be we're thinking up, infinite mind has more than likely toyed with it, and we're tweaking it, being in partnership with this amorphous, invisible field of wonderment. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a couple of images that will help us. What would be for highest destiny, and what would I'm not so guys, I'm not going to read all these cards. You have to give me a card or two that's going to assist right now for our highest destiny of understanding what we're going through tonight with the radiation of goodness that we're creating for ourselves. Yeah, these two. Well, okay, so these two more than others. Go forward and leave the past behind. Well, isn't that interesting? Because today is the first day of a very new year. Go forward and leave the past behind. It is number 3, mind, body, spirit. Create in threes, getting messages in threes. You don't have to wait for the third. If you're getting it twice, then just know that third one is on the way. And then the next card was don't be the victim, which is a number 7. This year is a number 7. This 2023, which is number 7, prepare for your spiritual awakening. So it is time to move forward. It is time to leave the past behind, to let go, not in a resolution, but resolve to be the being that you came here to be. Now, this is just like a brief overview. And then don't be the victim, right? Which is, this is number 34, which is number 7. You can choose to be a victim. You can choose the old ways. If you do not move forward, you can stay the same. If you do not want to prepare for your spiritual awakening, if you do not want to have an epiphany of being awake, if you do not sit in front of these type of radiations as an assist to help assist you wake up, ascend. Well, we're all ascending, but to wake up, to be more aware, to be fully engaged, you have a choice, and you can stay asleep. And things will be a little bumpy for you. The same old, same old. It's kind of like this, as an example. When I'm in the grocery store working, you have people, and maybe around you, that could say things like, it's just another day. They could say things like, nothing ever changes. They could say things like, I need my cup of coffee. They could say things like, when it's already only 8 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. Oh, what a lousy day. Now, let's say we've had a practice of having 24 hours in a day. And let's say you're up and about because you work from 9 to 5, and so you've been up probably since 6 or 7 a.m. minimally. And let's say you go out now to start your day to go to work, and it's between 9 and 10:30 a.m. And you have a conversation with a stranger, as in camaraderie and friendliness, and you say, "Oh, I need my cup of coffee. Oh, the day's not right if I don't." That is an old paradigm thought. Don't be a victim. You do not need that old paradigm thought to launch you forward. It is a choice to have your coffee. Enjoy it. Do not blame the rest of the day on it, or your lack of motivation, or your lack of interest, or your lack of how your unit will function in the rest of the day. That is a definition and holds you back. Now, You can choose to change. That's how I used to be. I would like a new thought. Well, let's say little by little, as I have my coffee, I love waking up and, I just enjoy my coffee in the morning, period. Period. It's just something you enjoy as an assist. It does not need to rule you. If you find that you need your coffee before you start your day, you are an addict. You are as strong an addict as anyone on opium or fentanyl or who drinks booze and must have it because their cells have gotten used to it and you have no conscious clarity about instructing your cells differently. And that is your right to stay stupid. That is your right to stay a victim. But I'm encouraging you through this reading, which just came up. Don't be the victim. Number 7, prepare for your spiritual awakening. Walk into the goodness and gladness that's been created. You're here right now. You be here now. And now is the time of great power. There's always power in this present moment. Prepare for a spiritual awakening, good fortune, good luck, synchronistic events on your side. Be open to the realm of the divine wisdom watching over you and out for you. Your divine higher helpers are watching over you, assisting you, wanting you to know them, and wanting you to let them in more and more by just inviting them in, by praying, by mantras, by having some fun with them, by calling in the optimum nobility, the optimum ray of angels that will help you with wealth and prosperity and your body form to function at optimum levels. Com- Commanding is your divine right. I command the highest of archangels to surround me, to help me, to uplift me, and you call them by their names if you know them. And if you don't, say, all that is noble, pure, and virtuous, come to me now. Look over me, protect me, and thank you in the name of grace and all that's good. All that's good and right with the best frequency, the highest frequency of love in this whole universe and multiverse. Call in. You have that power. You have that divine power because you are a spark of creation. Let's say there's God. You are God. Let's say there's God. You are part of that God field. So you have that power of God. We all have it. We just have not talked that way to support each other. Whew. Helpers love. Your invisible helpers love a decided person. Wow, I needed to hear that myself as well. Your invisible helpers love a decided person. They adore you, anyways. Be your power. You were meant to be all for goodness, grace, and nobility. So be that. Be that divine entity, that light in the world. Be that warrior of wisdom and wonderment. Be. Yeah. And then I want to end with just a crystal card. Tonight's radiation in crystal card health, reminding us of that as we sit in the radiation of the flower of life, the grid of protection, as we are cleared of all radiation and evil shadow, upsetting or holding us back, wanting to take over, but will not. And again, this radiation is for those still feeling something. I don't really feel like I used to feel within the last year and a half, a couple of years ago, when everyone was first getting injected. I would be in a store and I would just know what I wanted and I got to get out. Know what I don't really want to linger because I could feel the intenseness of this energy and I would start to get headaches. I did not feel well. I was around the immediate radiated people. And in those days, I wanted to leave that immediate field. And now, of course, I know more and I know more to do because my skill, this grace, has been coming to me more and more intensely. So, as in anything, things come to us as we're ready to receive and willing to take on the special powers that we are and use them for goodness. Because you could certainly get downloaded, you could be filled with powers, and you could repeat as a Satanist, but I'm sure absolutely you will be called out. You will not be able to thrive on this planet, and not too many planets either, because the harmonics that are being shed throughout the multiverses, the light of this plasma light that's coming onto the earth and that is bombarding other energy systems, you can survive, right? A lot of these psychopaths or these entities or these walk-ins have been gone to Gitmo, have been gone to Antarctica, have been put to sleep. Those that cannot be transmuted or by choice resisting the transmutation of help, they are off. They are not alive. They're not on the planet. But what happens is they will go to the golden portal where infinite mind can decide how matter is transmuted. Because ultimately, while we will, what can I say, getting closer, defeat and we will subdue what has been harshly psychopathic, evil, shadow, way out of course. Um, Again, sending this energy to the infinite mind, to the golden portal, where it can be transmuted by all that is and ever was. You call it God. I don't just call it God anymore because God is a two-sided word, and one in intention must absolutely know what kind of God they're talking about. And if you're haphazard doing it, then you, as a human, you don't know what the fuck, excuse me, you don't know what the fuck you are doing. You don't know what the fuck you are doing because you are using a word that was taken over and used at the same time by those manipulating and spell casting. So you've just got to be very aware and full of conviction that when you are saying God, you absolutely mean the God of virtual nobility, the infinite mind, the one who created everything. And that also means you acquiesce to that God allowed for that evil to participate because God is ever evolving itself in this powerful field because it's millennium old and is wanting to know. So you have to take responsibility for your own words, your own spelling, spell casting, the affirmation, the prayer that you sent out there because you are a creator. And if you are, like you say, Christian, if you are a particular religion and you so say you embrace the goodness that is the God being that you say you've studied, that God being doesn't hate. The God being doesn't hate. The God being doesn't hate. God being loves. And that's how the God being transmutes and entices and repairs and resolves and restores and rejuvenates and transmutes and subdues and in a sense annihilates and entices and encapsulates to destroy what is and has been not so good to bring that essence up to the golden portal as it's transmuted more because energy is neither created nor destroyed and that's simple science. Humans breathe air, you always will unless you have gills and you're going to breathe underwater as well. You do not breathe carbon dioxide. Trees and plants take in the carbon dioxide, period. There is no face covering. Face covering, you're breathing in the fibers that going into your brain and other parts of your body that get stuck in your unit that your cells, of course you may not know this, your cells, you must talk to your cells about being reconstructed and me too. You must talk to your cells about empowerment, not go, ah, ah, ah. No, you have more power than you've been taught. And this is a time for everyone, all of us, to remember and wake up. Wake up more. Wake up more and be more open and be open to the truth, the cosmic truth. Not the truth of, in your experience, truth is, oh, that happened to me, so that's my truth. No, the cosmic truth is the truth for all and everywhere, period. It's millennium upon millennium, and that is just that. And I disagree with the woo-woos that say, oh, well, that's their truth. No, that is their truth based on definition. That humans breathe air. We did not come from a rib from a Garden of Eden. Oh, but it may be true that we were made by beings, and it could have come from epigenetics and a blood sample of something and a bone. But we did not have the Garden of Eden where we just women become submissive to men. We do not have that. There's a lot of religion that also has again been altered. So stay bright, stay light, stay on top of things, stay powerful, stay good. Stay compassionate, stay open, stay in your wisdom, your clairvoyance, your psychic ability and intuition of what you know to be true. Not know to be true just in this mindset, but in this heart, in the human being. The heart was put about above the organs that help us go to the bathroom, but it's put in a place of center, of chest, of wisdom, of how we hold each other up, our strength. We are a pillar of virtue and light if we wish to be. So, what crystal would really benefit us that will end this particular radiation, this card reading of goodness and empowerment? Oh no, that's not. I want to keep. Huh? Well, why are you there? Do we have their course already? No, no, you're not calling me though. You're just facing me. All right, this one. Imperial topaz, generosity. Oh my gosh, you've got to know this. 16, which is also number 7. Prepare for your spiritual awakening. Imperial topaz, generosity. What will number 16 say? Affirmation: I am abundant, I am generous, my dreams and desires manifest into physical reality. I am proud of who I am and what I do. Let's see, divinatory meaning. Small acts of thoughtfulness and kindness make a big difference to another's happiness. Giving for the pleasure of giving. An expression of joy return an expression of joy returns life to a project or relationship. Be generous with your praise and appreciation of others. So this is also reminding me in our empowerment. And at this time on the planet, if you're hearing this, whether it's January 1st or January 15th, it's going to be March or April, if you hear this particular radiation and you're hearing to prepare for your spiritual awakening, and this imperial, your divine, important, strategic, divine alignment self, generosity, be in gratitude. I'm grateful for my pillow. I'm grateful for my cats, my pets, my donkeys, my horse. I'm grateful for my job, however meager or large it is, because at the moment, it's bringing in some financial resolve to you, some financial gain to you, whatever that is. The $10 you didn't have, the $100, it's bringing you something. That experience of showing up is teaching you how to take care of yourself by interaction and relationship with others. So stay in gratitude. Be generous with your word. A compliment, a kindness touches people. When you smile, do you know it changes your energetic field? When you smile, you light up. Or if you're evil and smile, you light up in a different way. But be in that state as you can. Remember to be generous. The cost of, of, of giving a sincere compliment radiates and is powerful. That is your spell casting. That is your affirmation. That is your mantra shared with another. So you may not be handing them a $20 bill or a $100 bill, but you're handing them something that is heart to heart and very empowering. Imperial topaz. I want to just also look up one more thing. What is the spiritual definition of the crystal topaz? Topaz is considered a mellow empathic stone that soothes, heals, recharges, and recenters its wearers. It's a preferred stone to wear for building bridges between people. So that even has to do with the cleansing and protection of your own field and the protection that you can send over your whole business or a building that you're going into to radiate and clear out, not only first for yourself so that you can feel protected and undisturbed in uncharted place, but also imagine that radiation that you're sending forward to help clear and balance the area. So I'm going to let it go at this. I wish that you found value in this particular share. Remember that I am available for full card readings and full um, wellness, healings, balance. It's really from the quantum field, so it's quantum wellness. It's really for your upgrade. And then I do home blessings and office blessings and such, blah, blah, blah. So contact me anytime, Syrian Star Oracle, Syrian Star Oracle at gmail.com. I think I'm going to write it right here for you. Let's see. Syrian Star Oracle at gmail.com. And thank you. Okay. I'm going to let this be what it is. I appreciate you. You're powered by the stars. You're the spark of creation. So activate the power within. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.